You're sitting in your car after the crash, heart's racing, cars are backed up, and you've got no idea what to do next. You think calling your insurance company might help, but a single mistake in the next 10 minutes can ruin your entire claim. I'm Doug Burnetti. I've been handling personal injury cases in Florida for over 30 years, and I've seen people lose their case because they didn't know what steps to take after an accident. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 things you need to do immediately, not next week, not tomorrow, right there at the scene, so that you protect your rights, preserve your evidence, and make sure no one uses your words against you later. Number 1, make sure everyone is safe and call 911. Let's start at the very first moment after the car accident in Florida. Your head is spinning, adrenaline's pumping, and you might be in shock. Most important thing at this stage is safety, yours, your passengers, and anyone else involved in the crash. First, if you're able to move and it's safe to do so, check yourself for injuries. Ask your passengers if they're okay. Once you've checked everyone in your car, and if you can safely step outside, take a look at the other vehicle or vehicles involved. If anyone is hurt, or even if there's the slightest doubt, call 911 immediately. In Florida, you are required by law to report an accident to the police if there are any injuries, deaths, or even just property damage over $500. And honestly, these days, it doesn't take much repair cost to hit that $500 amount. When you call for help, be clear and calm. Let the dispatcher know your location, if anyone needs medical attention, and if there are any hazards like leaking fuel or blocked traffic. Even if you think it's a minor accident, calling 911 creates an official record. That police report is huge later on. Insurance companies and courts often both rely on it. While you're waiting for emergency services, if your car is drivable and it's in a dangerous spot, such as blocking traffic, Florida law says you should move it out of the way if you can do so safely. Turn on your hazard lights, but never leave the scene. That can get you into serious trouble, even if you weren't at fault. Here's a quick story. I once had a client, Maria from Tampa, who was rear-ended at a stoplight. She felt fine at first, but her neck started hurting about a half an hour later. Because she'd called 911 right away, there was a detailed police report that made her case much smoother. She got the care she needed and a fair settlement. If she'd skipped the step, it could have been her word against the other driver's word. Number 2, exchange information, but watch what you say. The next thing you must do is exchange information with the other driver. This is required under Florida law and is critical for any insurance claim. You'll need their name, address, phone number, driver's license number, license plate, and their insurance company and policy number. Take a photo of their insurance card and driver's license if they'll allow it. It's much easier than copying things down. You should also give them your information. Be polite and calm, but here's a crucial tip. Don't apologize or admit fault, even if you think you might be to blame. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to blurt out something like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't see you." But those words can be used against you later. Just stick to the facts, swap information, and keep the conversation brief. If they start arguing, don't engage. Let the police handle any disputes. Remember, even a simple "I'm fine" or "it was my fault" can impact you later and your ability to recover damages. Another real-world example. A client of mine, Tom from Winter Haven, was sideswiped by a driver who ran a red light. At the scene, Tom said, "It's okay, nobody's hurt." Later, it turned out he had a concussion, and the other driver's insurance company tried to use Tom's words to minimize the claim. That's why we always tell clients, don't make statements about injuries or blame at the scene. And here's an extra tip. If there are witnesses, ask for their names and phone numbers. They can make a huge difference in proving what really happened. Oftentimes, the police officer does not get the witness statement or the witness information. Number 3, document everything with photos and notes. After you've made sure everyone is okay and exchanged information, it's time to play detective. Grab your phone and start taking pictures, lots of them. In Florida car accidents, the more evidence you have, the better. Here's what you want to capture. The damage to all vehicles from multiple angles. The entire scene, including traffic signs, stoplights, or skid marks. Any injuries you or your passengers may have, like bruises, cuts, etc. The position of the cars before they're moved, if it's safe to take those photos. License plates, insurance info, and the other driver's car. Any road conditions that may have contributed, like potholes, construction, wet pavement, etc. If there are witnesses, jot down their accounts of what happened. Use your phone's voice recorder if they'll allow you to do that. Write it down later from your own recollection, but details do fade fast, especially after something scary like a car crash. Why is all this so important? In Florida, we have a comparative negligence rule. That means if both drivers share some blame, your compensation could be reduced by your percentage of fault. Also, if you're found 51% or more at fault, you get nothing in Florida. Good photos and notes can help show exactly what happened and help you avoid being unfairly blamed. I had a case out of South Florida where my client was accused of running a stop sign. Thanks to her quick thinking, she took photos showing the stop sign was hidden by overgrown branches. That evidence was key in clearing her name. If you're hurt, take photos of your injuries each day as they heal. These can show insurance companies and a jury how serious your suffering really is. Number 4, get medical care immediately, even if you feel fine. This is something I cannot stress enough. Always get checked out by a doctor as soon as possible after a car accident, because even if you walk away feeling pretty good, hidden injuries are common. Traumatic brain injuries, whiplash, and internal bleeding might not show up right away, but can cause serious problems later. But here's the thing. Under Florida's Personal Injury Protection, or PIP law, you only have 14 days to seek medical care for your injuries if you want your medical bills covered by this PIP insurance. That's right, just 2 weeks. After that window closes, your insurance company can deny your claim for medical benefits even if your injuries are real. A lot of people wait hoping the pain will go away, but that's risky. Let me give you a real scenario. A man from St. Petersburg waited almost 3 weeks to see a doctor after his accident. When he finally needed neck surgery, his insurance company refused to pay. Don't let that happen to you. When you go to the doctor, tell them you were in a car accident. Be honest and thorough about your symptoms, even the little ones. Follow up on all recommended tests and treatment. Those medical records become the foundation of your case if you end up needing compensation for your injuries. If you're worried about paying for medical care, remember, in Florida, your own insurance pays for at least the first $10,000 of necessary and reasonable medical expenses, no matter who's at fault, because of what I was saying earlier, the state's no-fault law. After that, you may be able to seek additional compensation from the other driver's insurance, especially if your injuries are serious. Number 5, talk to a Florida attorney before you talk to insurance companies. The last must-do step is to call an experienced Florida car accident attorney, ideally before you talk to any insurance adjusters. Here's why. Insurance companies, even your own, are not on your side. Their job is to pay out as little as possible. They may sound friendly, but their questions are carefully designed to minimize your claim. If an insurance adjuster calls, you don't have to give a recorded statement right away. Tell them you want to consult with your attorney first. Get their name, number, and claim information, then hang up and call a lawyer. A good attorney will help you handle calls and paperwork from insurance companies. Protect your rights under Florida law. Make sure you don't settle for less than you deserve. Explain what damages you can claim, like medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and more. Fight for you if the insurance company denies or delays your claim. Florida law can be complicated, especially since the state changed its rules on comparative fault in 2023. Now, if you're more than 50% responsible for the accident, you can't collect damages from the other driver. That's another reason why evidence, quick medical care, and legal help are so important. I've seen too many people hurt their cases by saying too much to insurance adjusters, signing quick settlements, or waiting too long to get help. Don't try to go it alone. The insurance companies have entire teams of lawyers on their side. Let's recap quickly. After a Florida car accident, you must 1. Make sure everyone is safe and call 911. 2. Exchange information but don't admit fault. 3. Document everything with photos and notes. 4. Get checked out by a doctor within 14 days. And 5. Talk to a lawyer before dealing with the insurance companies. If you do these 5 things, you're giving yourself the best shot at a fair outcome, no matter how stressful the situation is. Now, before you go, there's one more thing you truly need to know about. Most people miss out on a lot of money by not realizing all the damages they can claim, especially after big truck accidents. Our next video dives into Don't miss the damages you can claim after a semi-truck collision. I'll walk you through hidden damages, tricks insurance companies use, and how to protect yourself if you've been hit by a commercial truck. You do not want to leave money on the table. So make sure you watch the next video right now. See you over there.